to that. But this is pretty much a video about the Galaxy S5 and what was expected. Yeah, so I'll let you know what the rumors are, what's true and what's false. All right, so let's jump head first in the Galaxy S5. The Galaxy S5 was supposed to be a flagship phone for Samsung, although the specs were not what, yeah, although the specs were not what some fans wanted it to be. But don't worry, this phone will still have a pretty powerful core and features. While some of the features we did expect, like the IP certification, along with finger scanner and a few extra that Samsung tossed in to make up for it, things like download booster, and for you guys who don't know, IP configuration is a waterproof and dust. It's a waterproof and dustproof certification. So the S5 is actually IP67, which means it has covers on its ports, so it is dustproof and waterproof. It can be submerged under at 1 meter for, I believe the test time is an hour if I'm not mistaken, or sometime like that, for more than 10 minutes at least. I know that. So if you end up dropping it in water, it will be okay, but it isn't. It isn't certified for you to like blast jets of water at it and to keep it submerged for long periods of time. Uh, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has 2 gigs of RAM, which is 1 gigabyte less than the S4, which was kind of a downgrade for them. But that's how it goes. I was disappointed at it because I was expecting that they would have at least 3 or maybe even 4 gigs of memory, but they only had 3 gigs. Uh, yeah. So that's just as much as the S3 when it came out. So I guess it's whatever Samsung wants to do. The S5 also has a powerful Qualcomm cracked 2.5 gigahertz processor, so you should not be lagging that much. The Samsung Galaxy S5 is going to be running 4.2 KitKat and TouchWiz. It's going to be kind of like a morph of KitKat, TouchWiz, and the tablet OS. I believe it's called Magazine, if I'm not mistaken. So the OS is pretty much like was one of the third biggest rumors because TouchWiz is a love hate thing. You either love it or you hate it. There's no really in between because some people like it, others like me, I really don't like it. So we go with rooting our phones and switching ROMs. But the TouchWiz OS is completely redesigned for streamless and multitasking operations with the phone. Next up, Galaxy has bestowed the Galaxy S5 with a large 5.1-inch full HD Super AMOLED touchscreen. Now, a whole lot of us was hoping for QHD, which is like a 2K, which is like a 2K video display, but they didn't. It is kind of close to 2K, but it isn't though. Uh, yeah. And so now, probably the best feature of the S3 is its camera. When it comes down to it, it has a 16 megapixel rear camera along with some awesome camera features. The Galaxy S5 can focus in on an object in only a not a third. Yeah, I guess you could call it not a yeah uh, math. I guess you could call it a third of a second. No, not a third. Yeah, point three. Yeah, a third of a second. Under a third of a second. I'm sorry, guys. I just came home from school. Last thing I want to think about is math. I'm sorry. Uh, which is the fastest time for any phone. So Samsung just set a record there. They will also be setting a few other ones along in the course of this series. Um, Along with that feature, there's another feature called selective focus, which choose where to allows users to choose like where they want to focus at. So you already take the picture, which is the good thing about it. Then you could choose certain points to focus in on at. So it gives it a nice professional look. If you want to have a unfocused background, or if you want to have certain parts of the photo focused and other parts not, it gives it a nice professional look. Uh, yeah. So if used correctly, you could produce some pretty awesome professional looking photos. Uh, yeah. Uh, Also, They also added they also added to the camera Sunday, as I will call it, a 4K video. You're allowed to not allowed, but you're able to record videos in 4K, assuming that you have a 4K external display. I mean, it would have been better if they maybe put a 2K in like display on the screen, and then they would make a little bit of sense. But that isn't really making that much sense, Samsung. I'm sorry, but I'm not about to go out and pay $1,000 for a 4K external display. That's just no. I just don't have that money. I mean, the average person doesn't. Uh, it also comes with an enhanced HDR mode, which allows you to take HD shots faster and more. I guess it's they described it as you see what you get. That you're able to take whatever what you're able to take a photo and whatever you see with your eyes is what you get on your camera, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the camera. The S5 is rocking a 2800 mAh battery, mega amps, I believe. Which is I know it's probably wrong though. Which is 200 mega amps, which is a 200 mega amp upgrade from the S4 and a 700 mega amp upgrade from the Galaxy S3. So yeah, you should have at least. They said you would have a full day of without power save mode on. You should. They said you would have a full day of a full 24 hours of battery usage. It was battery usage on the phone. It was like 12 hours on the phone and then 10 hours watching videos. I forgot. I'll put in the annotations. Silly me. Always forgetting things. Okay. Yeah. So they also have an outstanding power save mode, which allows you to get 24 hours off of 10% of battery. This turns off all screen color and it only allows for core functions to operate and use up the battery. So 24 hours out of 10% of battery, that's pretty insane. Yeah, that's crazy. So whenever you're at 10% or anywhere like that, and you really want to save your battery and you don't want to become disconnected with the world, you just get out of class, out of school, and you see you only have 20%. How many times has that happened to me? So many times. And you forget your external battery at home or your other battery at home, and you have your phone and you're going to the movies afterwards or something like that, or you're going to go hang out with friends, and you only have 15% of battery. So what you have to do is keep on turning it on and off of airplane mode. No more of that. So that's good. Uh, Along with one of the most expected features of it was probably the finger scanner. They incorporated the finger scanner into the home button. So now by sliding your finger over the home button, you can unlock and pay for and you can pay for items. Uh, at the unveiling, they used PayPal as an example. So that would be pretty cool to have PayPal join in on the action along with Google Wallet. But I could see this being used in Google Wallet and PayPal instead of typing in a pin for Google Wallet, and instead of signing in into PayPal, you're able to just use your fingerprint. And along with that, they also say all your information is stored on your device and encrypted to your finger, which is a pretty awesome feature. So if they don't have your finger, they're not getting in pretty much. It's a unique encryption, so they're not going to be able to get in unless they have your exact fingerprint or have something close to it. Yes. Oh yeah, Samsung has also became a world's first by having the first heart rate sensor built into the phone. Right, it's located right underneath the camera, and you put your finger there, and a red light turns on, and it starts taking your pulse, which is pretty awesome, in my opinion. Yep, that's pretty awesome. So that would work with the S Health, and along with, I believe they said they were coming out with another one. I believe it's Coach or something. All the official information hasn't really been released yet. This is just, I guess you could call it teaser of Samsung's, just to get the phone out there and get the publicity rolling, get the rock rolling, how they say. Yeah, but but probably the most thing that I'm excited for the thing that I'm most excited for is called a download booster. This feature allows you to get 2 times the download speed you would normally get on a regular LTE uh, by using the phone's Wi-Fi and mobile network and coverage to boost your download speeds. So what that's pretty much saying is you're able to be connected to Wi-Fi and your carrier's LTE and draw from both of them. So they use an example. They say you're able to download a movie, a regular movie, in 30 seconds, which is insane. A gigabyte movie in 30 seconds. Now most HD movies aren't a gigabyte, but yeah. Well, I guess some of them are, but yeah, some of the higher end ones. But if you get Blu-ray, it might be 3 or 4. But I'm going on about the useless stuff. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, there's one other feature. Samsung had stated on there that there would be full LTE coverage. So that pretty much. I don't know what that really means. I believe it means that you're able to stay on LTE all the time. There's no more 3G unless absolutely necessary. Maybe a stronger antenna, something like that. I could see that maybe a stronger antenna. But let me know what you think about all of this and what you were expecting, and if this just blew your mind so much. Just let me know down in the description. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Oh yeah, if you wanted to see the recorded live stream, I'll put that in the annotation. So click up over there along with the next episode to my video. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.